All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk. Stewart Shelby, Jeff Tannehill, coming to you live from Melvin's Restaurant here on Oliver Road in Monroe, Louisiana. And, Coach, welcome back, man. Another week, another win for the Tigers.
Well, it was a long week last week over the fall break. Everybody out of school and, trying to get those kids up there in the mornings. They like to sleep in. But we had a really good turnout all week. I mean, everybody was there. I was just proud of the way our guys played. We really had a big night on offense, and I thought our defense played really well. And, it was just fun to watch the kids fly around and play some football.
Well, for the last 2 weeks, you've pretty much had your way with your last two opponents. And the one thing that going into this week, you had homecoming week before last, and then you had an off week. I mean, as far as school's out for a week. Mm-hmm. Had a lot of distractions, and you got to be proud of your guys coming out focused on the last 3 weeks and taking care of business.
Oh, without a doubt. The guys, we had a really good week of practice last week. Monday we went in the afternoons, and we drove down and had our last JV game, and JV and the freshmen both played really well. And then, we had those guys on last week, and then, Tuesday we had a morning practice, and then we went and bowled after that, had a good turnout with that. And then, Wednesday was just an excellent practice, one of the best ones we've had all year. And I'm just proud of the way they handled their off week. Of course, we fed them a pretty good bit, too. Yeah. So that kind of keeps them stirring
their
up.
Attention.
Yeah, they like food. And but we had a really good week. I just, when you play Grant, they were very well coached. I know the score didn't sound like that, but very well coached, man, very well disciplined. Yeah. And, they've really done a good job. And, years past, I've played a lot of Grant teams in scrimmages and jamborees and stuff. And believe it or not, that was one of the best Grant teams that they've had in a long time, and very well coached. The quarterback was a really good athlete, and that wideout was pretty good too. So they
definitely were. They played hard from start to finish, just kind of outmatched, more depth. It's a bigger program, and that's kind of what's supposed to happened when Neville and Grant played, but saw a lot of good things from those young men, and that and you're going to see as when we start showing you some of the highlights from tonight, a lot of defensive highlights as well, not just offensive highlights in a 55-0 win, but the quarterback he earned his money.
Oh yes,
he earned his money last Friday night. I mean, it was great to see that. Also, a nice crowd at Bill Ruppel.
On off week on a Thursday night.
Thursday night game, and then you had an off week. There's a lot of people that had planned some trips. The old fall break was one of the things that we're still getting used to.
Yeah, it's just a new thing.
And I'm kind of liking it.
It doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me.
In the past, we've always worried about the kids. How are we going to get certain kids? How are they going to get a ride? That kind of. The younger kids are the ones the sophomores and some of the freshmen that play. That's what we worry about the most, trying to get them at practice, and the bus situation and that kind of thing is kind of out of sorts during that fall break. But the kids did an excellent job of showing up and doing what they're supposed to do, and of course, when you tell them you're going to feed them afterwards, it's not hard to get them up there.
It's easy to get there, and they definitely did that. Folks, we are, like I said, live at Melvin's. We are every Wednesday night during football season. Tiger Talk kicks off at 6:30, but you got plenty of time to come out and grab you a bite to eat and join in on the discussion here on Tiger Talk. And we've gotten to know them so much better over the last few weeks, but our good friends at Sleepy Hollow that donated our set furniture here, and we're looking for. I'm getting with Joe Tiffany, and we're working on a playoff edition. They've got some black and gold stuff out there that we'll see what we can work out something. I'm gonna keep you on your toes.
At the auction we had a lawn chair that was black and gold that they gave away in some of those prizes, and those were pretty neat. Kind of a flashback from the 70s, but I really liked them a lot.
Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff there. Go check them out there on the corner of 9th and Louisville in Monroe. All right, Coach, let's get to these highlights. There was a lot of them, and it right off the bat, Grant wins the toss to first of the second half, and they probably want to take that back because Caleb Vaughn took it 75 yards here on the opening kick.
That's steak dinner for that kickoff return team right there. Couple good blocks right there, and then he just needed a little bit of seam there, and he just used his speed to finish that off. But it was some really good blocks on that other side over there. Proud of those guys, and anytime we do that, we can get them a steak dinner. We're going to feed that to them tomorrow.
Special teams played great all throughout the night.
Really done Coach Gregory and Coach Wise have really done a great job here in the last 2 or 3 weeks. We've improved a lot on all those special teams, and from kickoff to kickoff return, all that stuff. So it's been fun to watch them get better each week.
It is. I mean, it's just kind of a. I guess you could say the same with your team getting better. The complete.
Yeah, we're trying to get it all together for week 11.
That's right, or week
12,
11, or whatever
it
week it ends on, and that's another discussion for another day. All right, highlight number 2, Jalen Nichols. He comes back with a vengeance, and here's a nice run on the first offensive play you guys ran.
Yeah, it's a good block there by the right tackle, Jaden Owens, and his toes healed up nicely. Yeah. He still wasn't 100% the other night, but he ran really well the other night. Good vision, especially the first half, man.
And just not too long after that, Brooks Anzalone hits Jaden Gibson for the first of his 2 touchdowns from last Thursday night.
Yeah, this was a post route. He threw it right over the top of the safeties. Good route right there. Brooks threw it a little bit further over the middle of that field than I wanted him to, but he got over the top of him. And, of course, Jaden, he's a heck of a deep route runner, so got wide open there. Definitely
a nice tall target for Brooks to hit. And then here's the swinging gate right after that, and you see this one to Bradley Hanlon.
Yeah. Got Bradley involved there a little bit. Great throw by John Michael right there into the corner of the end zone, and just made a heck of a play.
Yeah, definitely a nice play there. And then we talked about the defense and the young man for Grant, the quarterback that was running for his life most of the evening.
He did a good job of running, though.
He did. He never took a big hit, but Fobbs White and crew were on him from the get-go. And this is a third down sack. One of Fobbs's, I believe he had 4 or 5.
Yeah, he had a nice job there. Just beats the left tackle, man. Just fast, uses speed, and he's just ferocious when he gets going, man.
Yeah, the left tackle was – you'd see him slapping his pads a lot. Just couldn't quite match the speed from Fobbs on the edge.
And they, honestly, they probably hadn't seen somebody like him this year. And, when the coach can explain it to you all he wants to, but when – they show it to you in person, it's a little different.
It's a little different. All right. Speaking of, all right. So they punt the football away, and then I believe this is the first play of the next drive as Anzalone hits Gibson again.
Great protection there by the offensive line, and just threw another post route right over the top. They were in cover 1 or 3 there, and the safety came down on the play action and just beat him over the top. It was a good call by Coach Birch, and, of course, again, Jaden runs a great post route, so and Brooks likes to throw it. So
yeah, he dropped it in there. He hit him in stride. Both catches were he didn't have to do much, but just run into the football. Yeah. All right, Fred Clark again. We keep calling number 48's name.
He's done a lot of improving this over the last couple of weeks, and he had a really good ball game the other night. Anytime we get third down, him and Fobbs coming off that edge is pretty tough.
A lot of speed on that when you got those two there on those speed rushers there on the edge, and Fobbs had gotten a hand on the quarterback, but Fred was there to finish him off. Yeah. Here's another big hit from your linebacker Breland Robinson, who just keeps improving and making plays for you.
Well, that's a big hit there. D'Angelo had him kind of held up a little bit, and Breland just finished him off with a good pop there.
All right, here's that punt return for a touchdown. This one got called back here, but we wanted to show it because of the coverage there. They call a crack back block there at the end that some people might have questioned.
Kicked it right to Breland there. Get a good block on the outside. Looks like Riley there. And then another couple good blocks there, and then we get
there's the chip.
The crack back block there. It's a new rule, about 2 years old now, that you can't blindside block, but honestly, he didn't really hit him enough to me.
Yeah. To warrant that
call. But and if you're looking at it from a referee standpoint, it's a blindside block. Yeah. But it wasn't. Yeah. He could have probably hurt him a little bit if he would have really.
If he'd have really went into it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. But it was a nice run back.
Nice run.
by by Breland, but right after that, I believe Nichols. You end up punching it in, but here's Jalen Nichols with his second touchdown of the night.
Yeah, just the good push by the O-line there on the 1 yard line, and I think Brooks, the play before that, had got us to about the 1, and then Jalen just finished it off there with a good block by the right tackle.
All right, and then this was one of our favorite plays. We thought this was a fumble, and it was called incomplete, but this was Fobbs just really putting a bull rush on.
Yeah, just right by 71. Yeah, arm was going a little bit forward there, but he just beat 71 around the edge and got to the quarterback. That was probably one of the, probably the worst hits that quarterback took all night.
He did, and he was in the middle of trying to throw it. We did slow-mo that replay. I don't know if you know that we have that stuff.
Yeah, well, and Will's got those talents.
The ball was out. but at this point in the game, sometimes those bounces aren't going to go your way with the way things were going. Okay, so after that, here's, I believe, Connor Vinson gets in with a block punt, and Tytron Hanley scoops it up and scores.
Yeah. Good job of getting out in front, taking it off right off the foot, and Tytron just scoops it up and runs it in the end zone. Another steak dinner for our punt returner team. They almost got two. So, that's just something that Coach McCarty started years ago, and a couple years back, we didn't have one for a couple of years, and finally we started offering Happy Meals, and next week we returned one for a touchdown, so we gave away Happy Meals, and then I went back to steak dinners last year. So it's just fun to watch a special team score, man. That's always big in a big playoff game or a district game. Well,
back to defense we go. Henry Cagle had a big night. Here's one of his finer plays as he comes in and takes down the running back from behind.
Well, that's just one of those safety blitzes Coach Collins calls all the time, and he read it perfectly, went in there and made the tackle.
Definitely did that, and you've seen a lot more from Henry too coming up, and a very good run stop and safety.
He's a good run stop and safety, and he really tackles well in space. So it's
another big stop here. This is Fobbs White and I believe Antonio
Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson in there to.
It's just a big collision right there at the quarterback's what it looked like to me. But that's just a good pass rush. And, anytime they had third and long like they had there, we pin our ears back and go get him.
Sometimes it's hard to call individual names when there's five guys sacking them at once. So, I know Fobbs is normally in there. But Antonio
he had
get
a great
in on
night.
that one. He did have a great night. All right, here's Anzalone Perkins. We've talked about the other Anzalone, Brooks Anzalone. But here's Anzalone Perkins with a nice hustle play here.
Right, yeah, he stayed after him. He had a double team on him, and then when he started running, he got loose, and he just made a great, that's an effort play right there.
From your defensive Anzalone to your offensive Anzalone, Caleb Vaughn getting his second TD of the night, and this was a nice little play as he streaks up the sideline for 64 yards.
Well, we called a quick screen, and the guy jumped it, so he just turned it into a rail route, and Brooks laid it right there on him, and then he just outruns. I mean, he can fly, so – they didn't catch him, but that's a perfect pass. He ran a great route. Anytime that happens, he just flips it into a rail, and Brooks laid it
right there on him. Yeah, in stride. All right, here's Sampanero getting in on it as he came in there in the second half, and nice drive there by that young man, and he runs it in from 14 yards out.
Yeah, he pulled it there, slipped right around the edge there, and we had a couple blocks downfield by the receivers, so he had a chance to score a touchdown right there in the red zone, so that's always good to see the quarterback slide in there every now and then.
And Matthew Fobbs White, you've heard his name a couple of times, and we're going to keep doing it here. Here's, I believe, his fourth or fifth sack of the night here, and he got up, he took the passing lane away. And
at this point, I think 71's just kind of tired of trying to block him, and he just runs right by him that time. If they had thrown it, he may have picked it off, but he ended up holding on to it and sacked the quarterback.
Another pressure by Matthew, and then Rudy Dozier finishes the quarterback off here as he tries to get out.
Yep. Yeah, he did that quite a bit the other night, and we finally got to where we were, ganging him up in there, and Rudy kind of spied on him most of the night, the rest of the night.
All right, final highlight. It's always good when you see some new names in there. It's Tamarian Wade's, I believe, first touchdown as a Tiger.
Tamarian's very talented. He came to us this summer, and transferred over, and he got a lot of good skills. He's just really slowly learning the offense, and he's starting to get a good grasp of it. You'll see him play, some more here.
Some more here as the season progresses. Well, Coach, 55-0, back-to-back 50-point shutouts, and so good offensively, good defensively.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, the kids are playing great, man. I love watching them get better. Even it doesn't matter who we're playing. Just want to line up and play like we're capable of playing every Friday and do what we're supposed to do. We'll worry about the other team at some other point. We're going to do what we do, and if we have to make adjustments as the game goes, we do. If not, we're going to do what we do and get better at it. So, it's just fun to watch them fly around and play football, man. That's just a fun Friday night for everybody.
It is. All right, folks, the Tigers have one more road test before capping off their regular season next week at Bill Ruppel, but that'll be
it's pretty packed in here, man.
Tioga Indians. Yeah, we got a lot
of people in here tonight.
They've got
Ricky Rob's in the house.
He is. So it's a very nice crowd, and it's been nice all season long.
Yeah.
It's a big draw. People come to watch us. So I'm sure it has nothing to do with the food or the kids that may be getting talked to or anything else. But anyway, we'll talk about this Friday's matchup with Tioga coming up here later on in the show. That'll be in segment number 4. But before we do that, we're going to be talking with a couple of groups of young Tigers, some 7th graders and Coach Chad Hayes, and then the 8th graders, I believe, with Coach Dye. And
had a great year this year.
They definitely did. We're going to talk about they wrapped up last week, I believe, as well.
Tuesday night.
So we're going to talk to a couple of those younger Tigers in the next couple of segments. So stay tuned for that. And, everything else. You still got time to come out here. Come get you a mega burger or a hamburger steak here from the good folks at Melvyn's. All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we will have Coach Hayes and his 7th graders right after this.
Come by Melvyn's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvyn's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvyn's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvyn's Restaurant in Monroe.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
Winning is synonymous with Neville High School and Williams Orthodontics. Where the Neville Nation strives to finish strong on the field, court, or diamond, Dr. Kevin Williams and his staff share the same passion to deliver outstanding smiles to all patients in North Louisiana and South Arkansas. If you or anyone in your family are needing an orthodontic consultation, call the friendly staff at Williams Orthodontics to schedule an appointment so you too can be on the road to a winning smile. Williams Orthodontics says, Go Tigers! All right, everybody, welcome back here to Tiger Talk. Nice round of applause from the crowd as you see that we're joined by Neville 7th grade coach Chad Hayes. Good to see you, man.
Good to be here, man.
And I'm going to let you introduce a couple of your players you got with you.
All right, we got Williams here. He's a quarterback for 7th grade. Byrd, tailback, and 2 of my linebackers, Will Wilkinson and River Sorrell.
All right. So, well, Coach, talk about y'all's year. You just wrapped up last Tuesday night, I believe.
Yeah.
So, how'd everything go?
It started out good. The first game was it was up and down. We didn't know what we had, didn't know what we was dealing with because scrimmages got canceled. But when we ended up playing, they came out to play. Surprised, I saw some good things, things we needed to work on too. I'm mainly the defensive coach, and man, I thought they got after it.
Yeah.
And Byrd, I know we had to use him on defense some because of his speed, and when he gets out in the open, it's just hard to catch him, hard to get him.
Hard to get him. Well, let's talk about we'll start with the offense because I was an offensive guy. And quarterback number 2 here, Matthew Williams. So, how long have you been playing quarterback?
For about 4 years. About 4 years. So,
coming to Lee, was there a big change over what you've been doing for the past 3 years? Or not Lee? I mean Neville Junior High. That's what it was when I went there.
Yeah.
So, still getting used to it.
Yes, sir. It changed a lot because I learned I was going to have to create more space in the pocket so I wouldn't get sacked a bunch of times, and the game just evolved.
It evolved. That's very nice. All right.
Hey.
So, Desi, talking with you now, it sounds like you played a little bit on both sides of the football, and running back and safety.
Free safety.
Free safety.
Special teams.
Which side of the ball do you like the best?
I'm
going to move this just a little bit closer to you. Right there.
I like offense the best because, my brother played offense running back, so I just want to follow his lead.
You got a better chance of scoring on the offense. So, some guys like to hit people and all that.
That's these two.
Okay, well, let's get to these two. I'm going to take that from you, Matthew. All right, Will. So, linebacker, right?
Yes, sir.
Hold it up.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but people want to hear from you. All right. So, coming into 7th grade, let's see, what was maybe one of the biggest challenges you had your first year of junior high football?
Just not missing tackles, just making tackles in the open,
Yeah, open spaces right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, open field tackling is always tough. And it seems like the younger they are, the harder it is to get them to throw a shoulder in somebody. Do you have a problem?
I like hitting a lot, but I'll hit somebody. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right, Rivers. Now, Rivers, another linebacker, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's your favorite part about playing linebacker?
Hitting people.
Hitting people?
He likes to light them up.
He likes to light them up?
Yes, sir.
So, all right, so you guys have gone through this season, and we're going to get back to that season. What was each of y'all, we'll start back with you, Rivers, since you're holding the mic. What was the highlight of your year here in your 7th grade?
Just playing with all the guys and hitting people again.
Hitting people? No, not one hit stands out for you?
Have a lot of them.
You got a lot of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
well, good. I don't know. He didn't bring any highlights, Coach.
Yeah.
We gotta get Mr. White on that for you the next time. Put us a package on it. All right, Will. How about you, man?
Like Rivers said, just being with all my teammates and just hitting people. Yeah, I just had a lot of fun.
All right, Desi.
Just scoring touchdowns, scoring long distance touchdowns and stuff like that.
What was your longest run this year?
It was in a Washita game, probably like an 80-yard run.
Yeah,
80 yards?
He had I can't remember, resting game.
Uh-huh.
He breaks one up the middle and starts coming towards the sidelines, and they start popping him, pow, pow, pow. And he never went out of bounds. He was tiptoeing with people on his back, and he shoved them off, and down the sideline he went.
Awesome. Yeah. Nice run. I was looking forward to that. We got a couple years before
we got something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Matthew, what about you? What was your favorite highlight of this year?
It was just, throwing passes and getting to know my coaches and everyone around the school.
And y'all keep talking about Coach Hayes throwing passes and stuff. When I was in junior high, they didn't let us throw the football.
Yeah,
what's going on down there?
It's hard to say, but
I guess if you got a guy that can throw it.
We've got some, talented receivers.
Mm-hmm.
We could tell mismatches. I mean, we got some taller guys, and their DBs were kind of short. Hey, Coach Dye, look what you got. And we took advantage of it. Mm-hmm. And we completed more passes this year in 7th grade than we had in a long time.
Well, that's good to keep that offense going. I mean, that's what puts the butts in the seats,
that's
scoring a lot of points.
Scoring points and defense is lighting up people.
So what do you think you guys, let's talk about their development. You've been at the junior high for a few years now.
Yeah, 6 years.
6 years, and you've seen a lot of guys. In fact, some of the first guys you had over there are seniors.
Yeah, that was the last year's seniors. Will Campbell.
Year, okay, that
was my first group.
That was your first group. Yeah. All right. So you've seen them from 7th there. So talk about what you try to do, what you try to instill in these guys, right when they show up on campus.
When they first come on campus, the main thing for me is you got to have discipline. And I know they say they've played football before, and that's great. But it's a different level of football when you put on that black and gold. Mm-hmm. And it starts with the little things. If you do the little things right first, the big things are going to follow. And, we started off, like I said, kind of slow, and then they started getting it. Mm-hmm. And once they got it, everything just fell into place, and we had a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Total numbers, what are we looking at in that 7th grade bunch, roughly?
I think we've got around 40, 45. That's
a good.
Not bad.
Not bad, no.
No.
Not quite. It's kind of right in the middle, a little above average, actually, numbers for you, especially after the past few years.
Yeah.
You had some big classes coming through. So, anyway, they've got – let's see if that's this thing right here. I don't know what that scratch is. Why don't you touch a couple of those deals? Anyway, there we go. But, okay, so 7th grade to 8th grade. What do y'all look for? I'm going to ask each one of y'all. What are y'all looking to improve upon in your game?
8th grade season, I hope we can just come back better, better blocks, better passes, better route runs, and just getting better. Come back stronger next year.
All right. Desi?
My 8th grade season, I just want to beat all the teams we lost to.
Really? Get a little revenge in the 8th grade year? I bet so. All right. What about you, Will? Let's hand him that mic there.
Just winning the close games that we had and just coming back and when, like Byrd said, the games that we lost, just get some vengeance on that.
Yes. All right. Rivers?
Just improving and getting the revenge that we want from Washita and Westridge.
Washita and Westridge?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good. These are guys that you're going to be facing over the next couple of years.
Next 5, 6 years,
It's going to be definitely interesting. Well, I know, both of my boys have come through you, and I know the hard work that goes in to being a junior high coach and being able to mold these young men. That's right. Junior high's got a lot of stuff going on.
We try to prepare them for what they're up against for the next 4 years. They go over to Coach Tannehill and tell them, hey, this is how it is over there, and we're going to try to do the same thing here. We got to mold them and send them off, and hopefully good things will happen over there for them too.
Well, there's a lot of good things going on at Neville Junior High, not just athletically.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff going on over there that's got a lot of people in a good place. Glad that you were able to join us and bring some of these young men.
It's good to be here. Glad. Thanks for inviting us.
Well, look, hey, keep doing what you guys are doing. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Coach Jared Dye in the hot seat with some 8th grade football players from over there at the junior high. So stay tuned for that after this break here on Tiger Talk.
When Neville Nation craves delicious fast food, there's only one place that comes to mind: Sonic Drive-In on North 18th. Whether it's a breakfast toaster on your way to work or school, one of the many lunch combos, a mid-afternoon Route 44 cold drink, a pregame popcorn chicken, or a postgame Sonic Blast, the Sonic on North 18th Street has you covered. So drive through or park and wait for a friendly car hop today to find out why our Sonic is the Sonic on North 18th Street in Monroe. It's definitely Tiger approved.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC. Call David's Mobile Detail and Power Wash for all your detailing and power washing needs and soft washing capabilities too. They detail cars, trucks, ATVs, UTVs, boats, and even planes. They offer commercial and residential hot water power washing on nearly all surfaces including concrete, wood, and stucco. Give them a call 547-3233 or visit them online at davidsmobiledetail.com or stop by 2501 Washington Street in Monroe. David's Mobile Detail and Wash, proud supporter of Neville Tiger football.
This is why I run.
Here at Parker Alexander, we obtain justice for those who've been injured due to the negligence of others. Whether that's in a car accident, a truck accident, wrongful death, we also make our community safer. We hold violators accountable.
All right, everybody, welcome back here to segment number 3 on Tiger Talk, and we've changed out a few players and coaches as we welcome Neville Junior High Athletic Director Jared Dye. Coach Dye,
thanks for having
welcome
us.
to Tiger Talk.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to let you introduce your 8th graders that you got here behind us.
Yes, sir. Starting behind you, number 9, quarterback Rex Parker.
All right.
Defensive end, 45, Grant Vinson. Another one of our quarterbacks, number 3, Gregory Smith. And then the guy trying to hide back here, number 69, D tackle, Dylan Hawkins.
All right, guys. So, Coach Dye, before we get to those guys, let's talk about the 8th grade year this year.
8th grade had a really good year. When they go from 7th to 8th grade, they that first year here, they got some growing pains to go through, just like Coach A said with 7th grade, learning the basics and all that. And then when they get to 8th grade, it smooths out a little bit. And then I think this year, this 8th grade, they played very, very well. I mean, they went toe-to-toe with Good Hope and West Ridges and Ruston, so they had a really good year, and we're excited to watch them go to the next level.
All right, so we'll start with you, Rex. From 7th to 8th grade, what did you improve on the most?
I guess to read the defense better.
Mm-hmm.
My accuracy with throwing the ball.
Your accuracy with throwing the ball. All right. Now, Grant, we saw your brother got him a punt block last week.
Yes, sir.
Were you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me see if we turn. It's on. Put it right there in front of you. There you go. People want to hear what you got to say. All right. So defensive end. I mean, did you get to block a punt this year? Did you block?
No, sir.
All right, but what's your favorite part about playing defense here in 8th grade?
My favorite part is probably blowing up the O-line and tackling.
And tackling whoever has the football, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, Greg. Now,
Yes, sir.
Play a little quarterback yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
A little kind of a – talk about what your favorite thing is about playing football at Neville Junior High.
Breaking apart the defense.
Breaking apart the defense. That's well. In what ways? Throwing it or running it?
Running it.
Running it.
Love the O-line.
Really?
Sir.
Yeah, O-line. It's amazing how much they grow from 7th to 8th grade.
It is.
And
it is.
You go from having a bunch of little guys trying to block for you.
This is my 3rd year doing it, and this is probably across the board. All 5 of our O linemen they're pretty big boys.
Pretty big guys.
They're big. They're strong. So when they make that transition over to the high school, hopefully they get a little bit bigger, and I think they're going to be a solid front 5.
Well, just talking about big guys, you got Dylan Hawkins back over there. Now, defense, offense?
Defense.
Yeah, okay. So D-tackle, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. So from that spot, what's your favorite part about being a defensive tackle?
I play over the center, so I like just going head over the center and, I don't want the quarterback to get the ball.
Yeah, if you could do anything, you could get it, disrupt the play as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Coach Dye, so it sounds like you got your hands full with this.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's both groups. They're really fun kids to be around. I tell you, they're a lot of fun to be around. They might goof off here and there, but when it's time to play, it's a whole different demeanor. I mean, when we tell them pregame, go lay down, rest. I mean, it's offense. They go in the weight room and it's lights out. You don't hear a word. Defense, they go lay down. No word. Now, 7th grade's a little different.
Yeah.
That's their first year. You go in there and they might be laying down, and you walk out for 10 minutes and come back, and they're all running around the bleachers.
Yeah.
That's just 7th grade. But 8th grade, you see that mature level kind of change as they get older. And so this year, they learned from last year. They took their bumps and bruises just like the 7th grade did this year. And so this year they were a little hungry this year, and they got after it. I mean, there wasn't a game that they quit, and they're just competitors.
And that's good to see. You had a lot of, some turnover, just really some new faces there at the junior high, new principal.
Yes, sir.
And then Coach Navarro moves into the administration
as
well, and then you take over down there. So talk about that transition.
It was quick. Coach Sapp comes on board. He comes in there while we're in there working out. He introduced himself, and he's been great ever since he's got there. And then Coach Navarro was, he kind of told me on the side. He was like, hey, could get it, could not, you know. So we talked about it, and then when he got it, he was like, all right, here you go. And, he was a great mentor, Coach Navarro, and I'm glad he's still there too. So if I have a question, he can help out.
Yeah.
But we still got Coach Spivey doing he does the 8th grade offense.
Yeah.
And Coach Smith does our weight and conditioning with O linemen. He does a fantastic job. Coach Owens, Coach Mullins, and Coach Rob. So we got a great staff over there. So it's very nice to have guys you can count on that if I'm dealing with something, I know practice is going to be run well. So it's a great group over there. We're pretty tight knit over there.
Yeah, you've had some guys that have been there for some years. It's not just a bunch of brand new faces.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm in year 3. I'm the youngest one. Everybody else has been there for a while.
And the thing about junior high is that everybody's coaching everything.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are spread out. You come together at football, but then everybody moves their kind of separate ways on the rest of the sports to cover all the.
Yes, I think I'm football, baseball. Coach Hayes is football, softball. Coach Bobby is football, track, basketball. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
we got our hand in every sport. So.
And there's a lot of sports offered at the junior high.
Yes, sir. Yes, we have a lot. When I first got there, I didn't know we had a golf team, and we got a golf team. I did not expect that to be in junior high.
Cross country.
Cross country.
Yeah.
We got a new guy for that, Coach Riordan. He's doing cross country. He just got on board. So, it's a lot of new faces, but everybody's working together for the same goal. So,
it's been a great school for a lot of years, and it only continues to get better. All right, back to you guys. All right, so 8th graders. Now, y'all are the big men on campus right now. Y'all like the seniors of junior high.
Yes, sir.
If you know what I mean?
Yes,
Talk about what you think next year is going to be like. You move from being the top of the food chain back to the bottom. Are y'all looking forward to it?
I think we just got to work ourselves back up like we did in 7th grade, but I don't think it's going to be that bad.
That's a good answer. All right, what about you, Greg?
I feel like it's not going to be challenging. We just got to work harder, get better, develop our game, and just take it step by step.
Now, do any of y'all have I know you have a brother up there. Anybody have brothers or anything that's
I got a brother in 9th grade. He don't play no sports though. He
I got you. Well, Vincent, your brother has kind of been through it. You got he giving you any tips, or he's going to let you kind of figure it all out on yourself?
He hasn't really given me any tips. He's been letting me figure it out.
Well, a lot of times, and what about you, Rex?
What was the question?
You think there's going to be a big change coming from the junior high to Neville next year?
Yes, sir. We just got to stay disciplined to our main goals. But I think you just got to build up, like, step by step.
Keep going. Well, I mean, at first, it normally happens around June the 3rd.
Yes, sir. Yeah. They don't give them much break. As soon as June hits, they going, and that's what we've been trying to tell them with football ending. I mean,
it doesn't end.
And it doesn't end.
Yeah.
We tell them you're staying in athletic PE. You're going to work out. You're going to run. But we also, I'd say a good 90% of our team plays another sport.
Yeah.
I mean, when they had soccer tryouts, 80% of our football team was out there. And they were all playing. And so, I mean, I think a lot of our kids play other sports, basketball, baseball, track. So they're a very active group, both groups, 7th and 8th grade. So, our soccer team actually played St. Fred last night, our 8th grade boys, and they put it on them. I mean, they're pretty good.
Pretty good athletes.
Yes, it's two very good groups right here.
Well, you've got the last couple of groups that have come out of the junior high as they're moving on up the chain there at Neville has been a couple of large groups. I mean,
sir.
Not only athletically, but I mean, and just numbers wise.
I know my first year here, the 8th grade group we had 100 8th graders.
There was a lot of them.
There was a lot of them.
A lot of them.
And that's the thing that that group, and then the group we just sent, and this group, and that 7th grade group. I mean, we're ready to see them what they can do when they get to high school, because we think that's 4 really good groups that are going to mesh together, that are hopefully they can do something.
Well, the good thing is what that tells me. I know with Mr. Sapp coming in and everything else, but Neville Junior High is still the junior high.
Yes, sir.
Is where you come.
Sir.
Everybody comes together. That's the thing about the junior high there on 19th Street, is that's kind of where a lot of kids you don't know. I mean,
exactly.
It's from a couple of different schools that you didn't grow up going to, going all day with. And you merge into there and you meet everybody in 7th grade and 8th grade. You kind of get a little closer, and then you keep moving on.
So that's the biggest change. When they come in as 7th graders, like you said, they meet people they don't know. Mm-hmm. So now they're like, wait a minute, now they got to mesh and play together and come together as a group. And then when they get to be 8th graders, they're meshed together, and now it's like a brotherhood.
Well, guys, I'm looking forward to calling y'all's names more than just once a year on Tiger Talk, all right? Looking forward to watching y'all develop. Y'all, not only the 8th graders, but the 7th grade too, as not only athletes but young men. So y'all keep up the good work. Obviously, you guys, Coach Dye, Coach Hayes, and everybody else there at the junior high is doing a great job of getting these guys ready for their next step. Thanks, guys. Round of applause for the 8th graders. All right. We got one more break, and then we'll bring Coach Tannehill back. We'll talk about this Friday's matchup down in Central Louisiana versus Tioga when we return after this 2-minute break. This is Tiger Talk live from Melvin's.
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nukes, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nukes Eatery.
Truck accidents are different from car accidents. With trucks, you've got federal regulations that may apply all over the land. You need an attorney who's experienced in handling these cases, who knows all those federal laws, and has years of experience fighting for our clients.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases, every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizzas, 9, 12, or 14. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta noodles. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the Subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
All right, everybody, welcome back into our 4th and final segment here on Tiger Talk. I'm Stewart Shelby, rejoined by Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill. And, Jeff, before we get into Tioga, it's just good to see the pipeline still staying strong.
Yeah, Coach Hayes and Coach Dye and their staff, man, they do a great job down there. And, these kids, you can see them, how much they've grown from last year. And, they had both 7th and 8th grade had great years, and just looking forward to them to getting a little bigger and stronger and faster and getting on up to Neville High School and play some football up there.
All right. Also, last week, Players of the Week from last week, sponsored by our good friends over there at Origin Bank. You'll see that should be here on your screen. There they are, right there. On offense, you had Caleb Vaughn.
He had 2 or 3 explosive plays the other night, and, he ran back a touchdown, caught a long pass. He's just been really good here lately, and just
Sophomore.
fun to watch him. Yeah, man. Puppy.
We talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of them out there.
Exactly, and they're definitely making some contributions. And then there's Matthew Fobbs-White there on defense, and you saw it on the highlights.
Yeah.
You
I'm
surprised he wasn't on any offensive highlights.
Yeah, well, we didn't go Tiger Train the other night, but he would have been on there if he had been there. But he had a tremendous week, and he has for the last 3 or 4 weeks just played outstanding. Especially that Ruston game. Yeah, it's just we had some other guys that played just a little bit better or more key. Defensive players of that week, but he came out this week and it was unanimous, obviously, by the defensive staff who it was, and he just had a great night Friday night.
Well, he definitely did, and the Tigers are definitely glad to have him on their side in 2022. All right, the Tioga Indians down there near Paradise, Louisiana.
Near Paradise.
Near Paradise, just outside of Paradise, Louisiana. Will Anders and I took a little venture down there yesterday to check on the facilities, and they've got great facilities down there.
Do.
I mean, I highly recommend going down, making the trip. A lot of Tiger fans there. Always good to see when the Tigers hit the road, but
always bring a good crowd.
Yeah, it's not too far, about an hour 15, hour 30 minutes south of here. But 4-2, I believe, on the year. Yeah, 5. Wait. 5-2. Sorry,
5-2.
Yeah. I keep
week
forgetting
7.
We're in week 7. Yeah, they're 5-2 on the year. Let's talk about that team. We played them twice over the last 10 years. I believe in 15. It was 41-7. In 16, we beat them 45-0. That was the 2 years we had them in that. Right. We were in that district, the same type district that we're in.
Now. Yeah. Coach Cook does a great job. He's done he's been there 6-7 years, and he's done a tremendous job down there. They're one of the Sinlaw teams that's always got a good program, and he does a great job. He's an offensive-minded guy. They run the spread, and they do a really fine job of throwing screens and catching the football and running good routes, and just a wide open spread offense. And it looks a lot like ours, and but they do a few more things that are screen wise that we probably don't get that far into. But defensively, they've just gotten better each week. I think they had a little letdown against Gina, and Gina ran it right at them a little bit. But, besides that, they played really good defense here the last couple of weeks. And, they held Franklin Parish to about 20 points the other night. But it came up short end of the stick on that. But, it's hard to gauge because you don't really know the teams that they've played. Most of those are send-a-lot teams, and so it's hard to see the speed of the game and that kind of thing. But we've played some of the teams that they've played, so we kind of got a bearing on it. But they have a really good defensive front, and they have some guys on the offensive front. It's pretty good too. This Hayden Christian, number 74. He's a big kid. He's probably 6'6" or so, and probably goes to about 330.
He's a senior.
He's a senior. He's going to ULL, I believe, and he's also their punter. So you don't see that a whole lot.
No, you don't.
Their quarterback does a really good job. Gabe Sellers,
another senior quarterback,
and he's been in the system 2 or 3 years, so he's played a lot. Then they've got a wide receiver, Jacorian Norris, who is a really special player. He plays on both sides of the football for them. So, offensively they're pretty talented, and they spread it around to different receivers. They've got a tight end that's not a bad kid, number 7. I think his name's Ari Willis, but he's a wide receiver / tight end, so he'll move in and put his hand down. He'll stay out wide. Just a
keep
good
your eye
player.
on him.
Yeah, got to keep your eye on him. And then, defensively, 17, Noah Roberts, the linebacker, is a fine player. He's all over the field during the game. I'm trying to think of this. Number 5, Jaquarius Billups. He's a defensive lineman / linebacker. Sometimes he'll put his hand down in different fronts, and he's kind of a two-way guy. And then their nose guards, Jaden Padgett, number 57. He's probably their best D lineman of all of them, and he'll play head up on the nose. They'll move him to a shade and slide him into a 3-tech sometimes, but he kind of moves around a little bit. But he's a good player too, and so those are kind of the highlights of both sides of it, and we've got to go out and really execute on both sides like we have been the last couple of weeks, and definitely stay away from the turnovers and that kind of thing. But I look forward to our guys. Tuesday wasn't so great, but Monday and Wednesday were really good practices for us this week. So looking forward to a little walkthrough tomorrow, and then get ready for the pep rally on Friday and head to Tioga and play some ball.
Well, we've talked about it. A different season. This is you guys' fourth road game, I believe, of the year, or is it the fifth?
Fifth road game. Yeah.
Fifth road game. Yeah.
4 at home and 5 away.
That's right. I'd flip-flopped it, but either way, I mean,
Will loves going on the road.
He does. He does. A lot less to do around the facility, but getting down to. Tioga, it's a place that
I've never been there. For the football game, I've never been there. So my first trip to the reservation.
Well, they call it the reservation, and it was a great field, nice turf field, great homestand. Mm-hmm. They have reserve seating. I mean, it's a really nice.
Yeah. Coach Cook's done a great job of creating a good atmosphere and a little backing, a little community effort, and. They do have a little atmosphere there.
It's right tucked in between the junior high school and the high school. The junior high school is on the main road, and then the high school is kind of tucked back down a little bit down the road. But everything's kind of in the middle of it, so there's a lot of room for parking. So it's going to be easy in, easy out. So there should be no excuses for you Tiger fans to not get down there.
Get a little road trip. You got a little burger barn about halfway down. You can stop and get you a burger.
I did. We did there on our way back. on our way back the other night, a little large chocolate shake and a junior. I say junior, but it was a jumbo bacon cheeseburger. But as when you come in there, I mean, these guys they got let's see. New press box, and you might have heard of Tioga a lot. They've done a lot of damage in baseball. Very talented.
Yeah, we've played them in baseball
program.
Quite a few times.
But as far as football goes, when we get through those Central Louisiana teams, I mean, this was that district, that we're seeing this year that we played in. I believe it was 5 years ago. Yeah. Before we got moved into the Shreveport side.
Right. They've flip-flopped us back and forth for about 10 years now. So it's just. We never know. Every 2 years, it could be a change.
Exactly. So, but Tioga is right down from Grant, and Peabody's not too far away. But that's what we're talking about. So the 2 losses from Tioga, Gina got them, I mean, that really was a springboard to launch Gina's season. They haven't lost since.
Right. They've really played well. I just spoke to that coach yesterday, and he just said, man, that we got some breaks in the Tioga game. I think they got some turnovers and might have had a scoop and score or something to help win that ball game. And it was a close game. And then he said, man, we've just been playing lights out ever since. So it sparked Gina, to 3 straight wins, and it's kind of it's a little rivalry game for them too. So that was part of it. But
Franklin Parish, their only other, I believe, loss. Wasn't it? No.
Franklin Parish.
Yeah, it was Franklin Parish. Yeah,
they lost last week, 23-14 or something.
14-17. It was a close game.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a Franklin Parish team that has really.
Had a great year.
Have a great year.
And Coach Burnett, he's doing a fine job over there. They got a nice set of receivers. They got a good quarterback. They're playing really good defense. So, they're having a good year. We've gotten a lot of power points from those guys. So,
exactly. I mean, this was one of those. You call it I wouldn't say it's hard when Neville's in these the 4A districts. I mean, there's teams that perennially aren't as maybe as up at the top half of that 4A bracket, but this year those teams are won some ball games. I mean, you got Tioga's at 5 and 2.
We're sitting at 2 or 3 in the power ratings because Tioga's won 5 games. Franklin Parish has won 5 or 6 games. Grant's won 4 or 5. Yeah, Grant's won 4 or 5 games, and Peabody's won 3 or 4 games. Yeah, so I mean, our district has played a really had a successful non-district season. So that's part of the reason why we're as high as we are right now.
2 games coming up. We go to Tioga and then at home to cap off the regular season versus Franklin Parish. What are you looking for? I mean, we've say it every week. You want the Tigers to get better each and every week.
And I think we have. I really do. I mean, I saw a lot of improvement last week on some route running, some timing with the quarterbacks. I thought, offensive line did a great job last week, and so did the defensive line. So, those are areas that, when you get into the playoffs, you got to be really good at it. And, as we progress through this district schedule, it is try to play as mistake-free as you possibly can for as long as you're in there, and that's what, we did well against Peabody and Grant. So it's just what we're looking for this week. I'm not worried about anybody but us right now. Let's get better ourselves.
Exactly. Better yourself. The focus for the duration. I mean, no matter the opponent, no matter the score,
right? You're
in there. Everybody's got a job to do.
Yeah, if the twos – like the twos came in the second quarter last week, they're expected to go in and play perfect. That's their, they've got to get better each week too. We'll be using them either in the playoffs or next year, and it's their job to make sure that they get better when they get a chance to play.
Well, it seems to be working. The Tigers have been clicking the past couple of years. I mean, a couple of years, yeah, and as well as the last couple of games. That it's good to see that offense kind of going, and you've really watched you talk about progression, and I look at the play of your quarterback in Brooks Anzalone. I mean, from throwing the ball week 1 to throwing the ball now, it's almost it's not night and day, but you could just see. And that's I think him just getting into those his receiving core.
Yeah, it's a lot of reps, a lot of timing. I mean, it is. And they do a lot of it. I mean, we do lots of it at practice. And it's just him getting comfortable in the pocket, with our offensive line, just trying to, to feel that pocket, both sides of it, when it's collapsing, when it's not, moving up in the pocket, keeping your eyes downfield, all that stuff that, you hear all the quarterback talk, but I mean, that's really what it is. And he is just
not cliches.
Yeah, he just gradually gotten better each week, and he throws such a good ball, especially the deep ball, and he's got a really strong arm, and he's tall, and he can see everything. So I'm just he's really progressed at a good rate so far.
All right, tickets for Friday. We got any in Miss Carlson's? They're all be at the gate.
They'll be all at the gate.
Tickets Friday night will be at the gate there in Tioga. We hope to see you there in person. If not, you can catch it right here on the Neville Tiger Network, or listen to it on our radio station, our radio partners over there at SMG at Sunday 98.3. Coach, good luck Friday night. Looking forward to it. All right, thanks to everybody that came out, Melvyn and Diane McCoy and their staff here at Melvin's, as well as all of our sponsors, Will Anders and Coach Tannehill. I'm Stewart Shelby saying good night. We'll be back on the air Friday for more Neville Tiger football.